Before the dawn of time, when the world was still shrouded in mystery, there was a truth kept hidden, a story altered, a reality veiled in shadows. What if I told you that the creation story of Adam and Eve, the one you've known all your life, is not what it seems? What if the truth about their origin, revealed through an ancient text from Ethiopia, shook everything you thought you knew about humanity, about creation itself? This is a truth that has been buried for centuries, a secret locked away in the forgotten corners of history. Why has this story, this divine revelation, been suppressed for so long? What are the powers that feared its disclosure? In this video, you will uncover the astonishing truth. You'll hear of how Eve was not taken from Adam's rib, but created from the pure light of the divine, a powerful force of creation in her own right. A truth that challenges everything we've been taught about gender, about the origins of humanity, and the very fabric of our connection to the Creator. You'll see the startling differences between the biblical Genesis account and the Ethiopian texts, where the relationship between man, woman, and God takes on a new dimension, one of profound mystery and divine energy. This journey will not only alter your understanding of these ancient scriptures, but also awaken something deep within. As we explore this revelation, you'll find a light that calls you, a deeper sense of truth waiting to be embraced. Prepare to question what you know, to be challenged, and to awaken to a divine truth that has always been just beyond your reach. This is not just a tale of the past. This is a message for today, a revelation that speaks directly to your soul. Ready yourself, for the secrets revealed here may just change everything. The story of the creation of Adam and Eve is far more profound than we have been taught. This is not a mere tale from the past, but a truth that ripples through the fabric of our very being. Imagine a time when humanity was not simply born from the dust of the earth, but from the very heart of the universe. The Ethiopian Bible reveals a reality that shakes the core of what we believe about our origins. Adam, created from the sacred earth that spans the four corners of creation, symbolizes more than just the first man. He is a vessel of the divine energy that flows through all things. His creation was not merely a physical act, but an act that bridged the heavens and the earth. This was no ordinary soil that shaped his form. It was earth imbued with sacredness, representing the harmony of all the elements of the cosmos, calling man to connect with nature on a deeper spiritual level. But the story doesn't end there. Eve, too, was not formed from a rib, not from the simple flesh of Adam. No, she was born from the very light of God, radiant, pure, and powerful. She was not just a companion, but a counterpart, a divine counterpart to Adam, gifted with the ability to see what was hidden from him. Her creation is a manifestation of the divine essence. Her being is light, the same light that illuminated the heavens before the world began. She represents a truth much greater than mere womanhood. She symbolizes the strength and power of divine wisdom, a radiant force that had been obscured for millennia. She was not created from man's weakness, but from God's strength, from the light that surpasses all understanding. This divine light, this radiant creation, is not confined to the ancient story of Adam and Eve alone. It calls to us today. What if we could tap into this same light that Eve was made from? What if we could see the world through the same lens of purity, of divinity, that she was gifted with? This is not a mere metaphor. It is a challenge, a call to each of us to reclaim the divine light within. Consider this. In every moment we are faced with choices that determine whether we remain in the darkness of ignorance or step into the light of truth. Eve, created from light, shows us that our true potential lies in embracing this divine light. She is not a passive creation. She is an active force, a woman empowered by the very essence of God. And so too are we. We are not victims of our circumstances, Nor are we slaves to our limitations. We are beings of light, destined for greatness, called to live in alignment with the divine energy that created us. But to do so, we must first recognize this light within, just as Eve did. Imagine how different our world would be if we, like Eve, could see with the eyes of divine light. What could we accomplish if we looked beyond the surface of things and saw the hidden beauty, the divine essence, in all people and all situations? This is the power that Eve carried, and this is the power that you, too, possess. It is time for you to recognize it, to live it, to shine. In doing so, you become a beacon, a light in the world, just as Eve was meant to be. The question is, are you ready to embrace it? Are you ready to step into the light, to let it guide you on your journey? The power to transform your life, to transform the world around you, is within you. And it has always been there, waiting for you to claim it. Eve's light was not given to her to be hidden. It was meant to shine brightly, illuminating the way for all of humanity. And just like her, your light is meant to shine, to guide others toward the truth, toward the divine. You are not a mere bystander in this life. You are an active participant in the divine creation, a co-creator with God. This is the deeper truth that the Ethiopian Bible reveals to us. Our creation is not just a historical event. It is a living, breathing reality that we must embody every single day. As you step into the fullness of your divine light, remember this: the path to awakening is not a simple one. It requires courage, it requires strength, and most of all, it requires a willingness to embrace your true nature. The light of God resides within you, just as it resided within Eve, waiting to be activated, to be lived, to be shared with the world. And as you do, you will begin to see the world through a new lens, a lens of truth, love, and divine wisdom. There is no greater calling than to live in the light of God, to be a reflection of His glory in this world. As you continue to walk this path, let Eve's story remind you of your own potential, your own light, and the truth that you are divinely created for greatness. This is your birthright. This is your calling. And now, it is time for you to rise and shine. Let the world see the light that resides within you, and let it transform everything in its path. The light of Eve is not a distant memory. It is a living force that is available to us today. Will you accept it? Will you let it illuminate your path and guide you toward your highest purpose? The choice is yours, and the light is waiting to be claimed. The world needs your light now more than ever. Step into it. Let it shine. The presence of God is not simply something distant, a force existing beyond our reach. In the Ethiopian scriptures, the very essence of God's being is described as light, a radiant, powerful light that interacts with humanity in ways unseen in traditional texts. The relationship between God and Adam and Eve is not confined to rules or rituals. It is an intimate, direct communion, a divine connection established through light. In the Garden of Eden, God did not merely speak to Adam and Eve from a distance. He was the light that guided them, the presence that enveloped them. This was not just a metaphorical light, but a tangible, visible force that penetrated the very core of their existence. Imagine a world where the divine presence is not hidden behind clouds of mystery, but is clearly visible, a living light that illuminates all things. In this world, there is no distance between the Creator and the created, no separation between heaven and earth. Adam and Eve lived in this space, a realm where the divine presence is as near as the breath you take. They were not mere spectators of God's will. They were part of the very light that emanated from Him, participating in a living, breathing creation that pulsated with energy and life. They walked in God's light, and that light reflected their own divine nature. This light is not something of the past, it is something we are called to embrace today. Every moment that you live, every breath you take, you are participating in this divine light, whether you realize it or not. The light that once filled the Garden of Eden is the same light that fills your life now. And just as Adam and Eve were meant to be conduits of this light, so too are you. The question is, will you allow that light to guide your life? Will you live in such a way that your actions reflect the glory of the divine light that lives within you? This is the call that the ancient scriptures lay before us, the call to walk in the light, to reflect God's presence in all that we do. When we think of sin and the fall of man, we often think of it as a simple act of disobedience, a fruit eaten, a command broken. But in the Ethiopian version of the story, sin is far more profound than that. The fall is not simply about the act of eating the forbidden fruit. It is the loss of the ability to see the divine light. Adam and Eve did not just sin by disobeying God. They lost the ability to see the divine radiance that had once surrounded them. They fell from grace not because they ate the fruit, but because they became blind to the light that had once filled them. This blindness is not a physical condition, but a spiritual one, a severance from the divine energy that flowed through their lives. This is the reality of sin. It is not simply about breaking rules or disobeying commands. It is about losing touch with the divine light that resides within us. It is the moment when we stop seeing the divine in the world around us, when we lose sight of the beauty and purpose of our lives. The fall of Adam and Eve is a universal story, one that speaks to every human soul. We all experience this loss of divine sight, this spiritual blindness, at some point in our lives. It is a moment when we forget who we are, when we forget our true nature as beings of light. But this does not have to be the end of the story. The fall is not the final chapter. It is the beginning of a new journey, one of healing and restoration. The divine light once lost can be found again. The path to healing is not about returning to Eden, not about going back to some lost paradise. It is about reclaiming the light within, about reawakening to the divine presence that has always been there. The journey back to the light is not a physical one, but a spiritual one, a journey that requires us to remember who we truly are, to rediscover our divine nature. This process of healing is not an easy one. It requires us to face the darkness within, to confront the things that blind us to the light. It requires us to let go of the illusions that we have created, the false beliefs that have clouded our vision. But it also brings with it great hope. The light is always there, waiting for us to return. Just as Adam and Eve were given a chance to heal and restore their connection with God, so too are we. The path to healing is a path of self-discovery, of rediscovery of the divine essence that resides within us all. And when we walk this path, we find not only healing, but a deep sense of peace, a peace that comes from reconnecting with the divine light that is the source of all life. In the end, the story of Adam and Eve is not just about the fall. It is about the opportunity for redemption, the invitation to walk in the divine light once again. It is a story that speaks to each of us, a story that calls us to awaken to the truth of who we are and the power that lies within us. The light that once illuminated Eden is still here today, waiting for us to embrace it, to let it guide us on our journey toward healing and wholeness. And when we do, we will find that we are not just walking in the light. We are becoming the light, shining brightly for all the world to see. So the question is not whether the light is still here. It is whether we are ready to see it, to embrace it, to live in it. Are you ready to awaken to the divine light within you? Are you ready to reclaim the power of the light that once filled the Garden of Eden? The choice is yours, and the light is waiting. It is time to step into it, to shine brightly, and to become the person you were always meant to be. In a world where darkness often seems to overshadow the light, we are called to remember the truth that once illuminated the Garden of Eden, a truth that speaks of a divine light, a light that does not fade but eternally shines. This light, which once graced Adam and Eve, is not lost. It still resides within us, waiting to be rediscovered. And as we look into the depths of this sacred truth, we realize that the path to redemption, healing, and ultimate transformation begins with one simple yet profound truth. The light within us is the key to our freedom. Adam and Eve, once in perfect harmony with the divine, knew the glory of this light, an all-encompassing presence that illuminated not only the garden but their very beings. When they fell, they lost more than just their home in Eden. They lost the ability to see clearly, to recognize the divine presence that had always been with them. But this loss does not define them. It is only a moment in the larger story of their return to wholeness, a story that mirrors our own. Just as Adam and Eve were invited to reclaim their connection with God, we too are invited to step back into the light, to restore the vision that was once lost. This journey of rediscovery is not a passive one. It requires us to actively seek out the light, to challenge the darkness that seeks to blind us. It demands that we examine ourselves, that we shed the layers of fear, doubt, and sin that cloud our vision. The road back to the light is not easy, but it is a road that promises healing, peace, and restoration. And the light that God first created within us is still there, waiting for us to embrace it. It's easy to look at the fall of Adam and Eve and think of it as a tale of punishment, a story about consequences. But what if we could look deeper and see that the real story is about hope, about the opportunity for redemption, about the restoration of the divine connection that was never truly lost, just obscured for a time. The fall was not the end of the story, and neither is the darkness we face in our own lives. It's simply the beginning of a journey back to the light. The great truth in all of this is that you are not bound by your past mistakes or your current struggles. You are a being of light, created in the image of God, and nothing can take that away from you. Just as Adam and Eve were offered the chance to walk in the light once again, you too are offered that same opportunity. This is a journey that requires courage, faith, and the willingness to see beyond the surface of things, to look deeper into your own soul, and rediscover the truth that God has always seen in you. As you walk this path of restoration, remember that the light within you is not a faint glimmer. It is a radiant force that can illuminate your entire life. When you embrace this light, you begin to see the world around you with new eyes. You begin to see people as they truly are, not as they appear on the surface, but as divine beings, worthy of love, compassion, and understanding. You begin to see the world not as a place of darkness, but as a reflection of the divine light that shines within you. And as you walk in the light, you will find that healing follows you. The wounds of the past will begin to fade, replaced by a deep peace that comes from knowing that you are aligned with the divine. The struggles you face will no longer seem as insurmountable because you will face them with the strength of the light that lives within you. In this light there is no fear, no darkness, no obstacle that can defeat you. The light is not just a symbol, it is a living, breathing force that is active in your life right now. It is the same light that illuminated Eden, the same light that filled Adam and Eve with divine wisdom and purpose. It is the same light that you are called to carry into the world. And as you do, you will see that this light is not only for you, it is for everyone. It is meant to shine through you, to touch the lives of those around you, to heal, to restore, and to guide. You are not alone on this journey. The same divine light that led Adam and Eve through their trials is available to you today. All you need to do is recognize it, embrace it, and allow it to guide you. As you do, you will find that your life is transformed in ways you never imagined. The darkness will recede, and the light will shine brighter than ever before. And in that light, you will find the answers you seek, the peace you crave, and the purpose that has always been waiting for you. If this message resonates with your soul, if you found comfort and hope in these words, I invite you to show your support. Every bit of energy you share, every moment of encouragement, helps keep this divine light shining for others. Your support means more than words can express. It fuels this work and spreads the message of hope and healing to all who need it. Please consider liking this video and subscribing, so together we can continue to share the light, to spread the love, and to walk the path of divine restoration. Thank you, from the deepest part of my heart, for your presence, your support, and your light. May you continue to walk in the divine light, and may it guide you toward your highest calling. You are a beacon, a reflection of God's glory, and it's time for the world to see you shine. In the stillness of your soul there lies a longing, a search for meaning, for light in the midst of the darkness. So many of us walk this earth burdened, lost in the chaos, desperately trying to find the thread that connects us to something greater, something divine. The journey is not always easy, but it is in the seeking that we uncover the most profound truths. And today, right now, you are standing on the precipice of that discovery. What if I told you that the answers you have been searching for have always been within you, waiting for you to uncover them? That the light, the divine presence, the love you crave, is not some far-off distant dream, but a living, breathing force that flows through every moment of your life. It is not out there, in some distant future or unreachable place. It is here, within you, surrounding you, inviting you to step into its warmth. In the stories we have explored together, the ancient truths, the divine revelations, there is a message that calls out to you. It is a message of hope, of healing, of transformation. It is the message that you are not alone in this world, that the Creator walks beside you, guiding you, loving you, every single step of the way. And when you align yourself with that divine energy, when you choose to embrace that light, you become a beacon of love and hope to everyone around you. You might feel that the darkness is overpowering at times, that the weight of the world is too much to bear. But I urge you to remember this. The light is always stronger than the darkness. The shadows only exist because of the light. It is in the very act of turning towards the light that the darkness dissipates. And so you have the power to reclaim your soul, to reclaim your purpose, to reclaim the divine energy that was always yours. Each moment you face, each challenge you encounter, is an opportunity to turn towards that light, to allow it to guide you through the storm. And even in your darkest hour, when all seems lost, you can trust that the divine presence is with you, shining its light into your soul, bringing clarity, peace, and healing. This is the power of the divine connection. There is no darkness, no sorrow, no fear that is greater than the love that surrounds you. So, let me ask you this. Do you feel the stirring in your heart? Do you feel the call to step into the light, to embrace your true purpose, to let go of the past and walk in the fullness of who you were created to be? You have been given everything you need to walk in that light. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a divine being with a divine purpose, and the world needs your light now more than ever. As you embark on this journey of reclaiming your soul, of stepping into the light, know that you are not alone. We are all on this path together, and as you share your light, you inspire others to do the same. Every moment you shine, you create a ripple of love, of healing, of hope, that touches the lives of those around you. You become a force for good, a living testament to the power of the divine presence in this world. But this journey requires support. It requires community, and that is where you come in. If you found value in this video, if you felt the stirring of your soul, if you've discovered something that resonates deeply within you, then I ask you to share that light with me. Your support, in whatever form it may take, is more than just a gesture. It is a powerful force that allows this message to continue reaching those who need it most. If this video has brought you closer to the divine light, if it has given you hope, then I invite you to help me continue this work. Your energy, your presence, your support means the world to me. Every like, every comment, every word of encouragement is a testament to the power of this message. Together, we are creating a community of light, a movement of healing, and a revolution of love that is transforming the world, one soul at a time. So if you feel this message in your heart, if you want to be a part of something greater, something divine, I ask you to hit that like button, to share this video, and to leave a comment below. Your support will not only help me continue creating these videos, but it will also allow us to reach more people who are in need of the light, of healing, of hope. Every contribution, no matter how small, is an invaluable gift. It is the energy that fuels this work, that keeps this light shining brightly, that helps others find their way out of the darkness. And for that, I thank you with all of my heart. Together, we are a force to be reckoned with. Together, we are reclaiming the divine light within ourselves and shining it brightly into the world. Together, we are making a difference. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Thank you for your love, your support, and your light. Let's keep walking this path together, shining brighter with every step,